And by the way, Alvarez fights at welterweight right now, right?
Yep.
And right now we have a special guest. We're going to bring out another welterweight who's up and coming. Guys, this is Dmitriy Star of David Salita.
Good to be here.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Dmitry, thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you.
Now, I want to start a little bit by talking about your background. You have a very interesting background. You were originally born in the Ukraine.
Yes.
And then you moved to Brooklyn. Which neighborhood?
I moved to Flatbush.
Flatbush. Not
1991 when I was 9 years old.
Right. Not too many Ukrainian people in the Flatbush are there.
Well, over the years, the area that I live in has gathered a lot of people from the former Soviet Union.
Right. But how did you get into boxing?
So shortly thereafter, I joined the Star City Boxing Club, and Norma, who was one of the people on the show, was one of the trainers from that gym. You know, it really was a hotbed of young prospects and guys that are world champions now, top prospects: Louis Collazo, Shannon Briggs, Monty Barrett, Curtis Stevens, just Travis Sims. The list goes on. And as a young kid, you know, I was able to see those really, really talented fighters and train with them and box with them, and you know, and kind of incorporate all that stuff in my style.
Dmitry, what brought you to the gym? What, was it a fight that you watched, or was it?
You know, I was always inspired by boxing. I did karate before and kickboxing, and my older brother, saw talent in me, and he kind of suggested that I try boxing. And you know, from the first day, it was kind of, you know, it was like a kid in a candy store. You know, I felt like it was something that I wanted to do. I felt that this is my goal. You know, this is my way out, so to say. And boxing has been my American dream. And you know, through boxing, I've been able to achieve, you know, great things in life and meet a lot of wonderful people, and you know, be to places that I would have not been otherwise. So you know, I truly really support your program, because I grew up, my boxing education has been in New York City, so it's always very good to see, you know, Fight City, New York City, which truly is a fight city in every way,
right.
For fighters and not for fighters. So
great. Well, let's talk about your career. You're moving up from junior welterweight 140 to welterweight. What precipitated this move?
Well, you know, I've been fighting at 139 pounds since I'm 16 years old. So I won the Golden Gloves, I won the Nationals at that weight, and you know, I kept growing, but I still fought the same way. So between fights I would get bigger, but I still have to bore myself down, and it just wasn't healthy anymore. And for the last few fights, it wasn't healthy. You know, if you look at my record, you could see that I fought quite a few times over the 140 mark when it wasn't for a title. So it's just the right thing to do, and I feel much stronger and much better that I don't have to lose as much weight and burn as much muscle. So it'll definitely benefit me.
Do you feel that the weight was a big issue in your title shot earlier end of last year?
Weight was an issue, but I think that the surroundings were the main issue. You know, I think that I obviously never fought away from home, just because of the fight, the kind of fight that it was. Certain precautions were not taken. You know, I was worried for the health of my family and my friends. You know, it was just an incredibly tense crowd, and unfortunately people got hurt, but not too seriously. And you know, I was more shocked than anything. And if you look at the fight, you know, I was on my feet. I was okay. You know, I always say, like, physically it was the easiest fight of my life, but unfortunately, you know, this happened, and you have to learn from it and grow. So I'll make the right changes and the right adjustments, mentally and physically, and you know, I hope that with meaningful wins, I'll be able to have a rematch sometime down the road.
Before we go on with the panel, I'd just like to invite our callers, our audience, to call in now. We'll take calls. If you have any questions for Dmitry, or any boxing, MMA questions or comments about last night's event, or general questions, feel free to call in. While we're taking calls, we'll continue talking to Dmitry. So what's next for you?
I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring. I like to fight, you know, any one of the title holders at 147 pounds. There's a guy from Poland, a guy from the Ukraine, and I feel that, you know, with a fight or two, just to get back on a winning streak, I'll be very much ready for any one of them. You know, I think that the welterweight division is packed with talent, Obviously, the names that people know about. There's also kind of some black horses, guys that have been a little bit out of the picture, like Louis Collazo, who I train with, is an incredible fighter. He really beat Hatton and beat Berto. Many feel that way. So he's I think as soon as he gets back in the ring, whether it's at welterweight or junior middleweight, he's going to be a great a big force to be reckoned with. I think that the division is hot with talent. I only want big fights. I want to fight the best fighters in the game, I truly believe that my dream of becoming a world champion, ever since I was a little boy, it's gonna come true, and I can't wait to make it happen.
If you had to pick a fighter right now to fight, what would your dream fight be?
Well, I'd like to have a rematch with Amir Khan.
Okay.
So that would be the dream matchup, but realistically, it'll probably be one of the belt holders at 147 pounds, because that'll give me the opportunity, to fight the bigger names out there.
Give us your take on Amir Khan. What did you see, and what do you, and subsequently, he's had a couple of fights.
What surprised you about Amir Khan?
Amir Khan didn't surprise me. I think Amir Khan is a very good fighter. I think after he got knocked out by Prescott, he's made some great changes, and I think Freddie Roach is really, is a great trainer and improved his style. He's very fast. He's athletic. So nothing really surprised me. The atmosphere and the place and the people surprised me.
So was that a distraction to you?
It was
a big cause of you, let's say, not being focused in the fight?
Yeah, when the fight gets started, it's a very important big part of boxing is mental, and it was just I can't describe it to you, and unfortunately it wasn't televised on American television, so certain things were being so to say, people got away with certain things that they wouldn't be able to had it been televised on in America. But
would you care to explain, or is
my team and my family and my friends were not allowed to have personal security. Some people got cut with bottles and beat up after the fight. It was a crazy atmosphere.
That was something we hear about.
Yeah. It's an experience that you learn from, and thank God I didn't get hurt.
Right.
And I'll be better and look forward to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting that you had that experience across seas. I mean, you would think you're from Brooklyn, so you would think that would happen in Brooklyn, but you went overseas.
I've been kind of I've always had good crowds when I fought in New York City. So
another guy another New York fighter, Paulie Malignaggi, is going to be facing Amir Khan in 2 weeks, right?
Yes,
2 weeks, right? 15th, April 15th. What is your take now that you faced Amir Khan? What do you think of Paulie's chances?
I think Paulie has a really good chance. He's a very good boxer, and I think if he sticks to his game plan and he boxes well, I think that he has a really good chance to win.
Wow. What would you be take now that Floyd Mayweather is now he's back? He's been talking about Olympic blood testing and that stuff for the sport. Do you think it's good for the sport? What's your take on that?
I think that Floyd is doing a good thing, and as Norma spoke about, there's many things that happen in other sports and in boxing. So I think he's doing a great thing, and I think Floyd is a really, really tremendously great fighter.
Yeah, I agree. I advocate, whatever it is to make sure that the sport is clean. And actually, I want to make sure the show is clean too. So after the show, we're all taking piss tests, okay? And I'll be taking some blood samples too, just to make sure none of us are roiding up.
I didn't sign a contract.